Hi, my friend. Welcome back to the living room where we listen, learn, and live together. I'm your host, Richard Martin. Let's get into it. Not long ago, I had the chance to sit for driving lessons. I'm not talking about when I was 15 sitting for driving lessons. I mean very recently. Since we moved to our new home, I've had to take driving lessons to learn to drive on the opposite side of the road and sit on the opposite side of the car than I grew accustomed to in the States. And it required me to sit for some driving lessons. A couple of friends of mine recommended a name of a gentleman. Shout out to Mr. Mike, who got me straight. And I'll never forget one time we were on a test drive out on the roads here in the city. And you know how it is when you have those driving instructors, they have a set of brakes on their side of the car as well. And so I'm driving, both hands are on the wheel, and all of a sudden, as we're approaching a crosswalk, I feel the car come to an immediate stop, but I realized that it wasn't me who applied the brake, it was him. And as soon as he applied the brake and we had come to a stop, I see a woman walking past on the crosswalk. She was in my blind spot. I didn't see her, but thankfully he saw her and was able to stop. We all have blind spots, don't we? Those areas in our lives that we cannot see without feedback. And the feedback that Mr. Mike provided by bringing the car to an immediate stop saved us from an unnecessary accident. Now, I don't know if the lady was aware of it or not, but I was aware of it, that this could have been a lot worse had Mr. Mike not been in the vehicle. And even now, long gone is Mr. Mike, but when we come to a crosswalk, I make sure to stop because I'm aware now that there may be some blind spots here just based on the infrastructure of this car. And there are blind spots in all of our lives that we need to acknowledge. And one of the ways that we are helped to overcome blind spots is through feedback. And that's what we want to talk about today, how to give and receive feedback. Recently, a friend of mine and I were talking about our employment scenarios, and we were just providing anecdotes and stories about what's going well and what's not going so well, how we're adjusting easily in those areas where it's a little bit difficult for us to adjust. And I was sharing with him a story of one of my colleagues providing feedback that I didn't agree with. It did not sit well with me. And I don't think it was the not sitting well because I was trying to be in defense of something that I knew I really needed to hear about. I actually really felt and still feel as though the feedback they were giving was an overestimation of a situation and a bit inappropriate given the type of conversation that we were having. Nonetheless, it still allowed me to consider how I receive feedback, right? And I want to share with you what I've been learning from a book about the organizational culture that Netflix, great streaming platform, has sought to erect. And these are Netflix's 4 A's of feedback that I want to share with you. 2 have to do with giving feedback, and 2 have to do with receiving feedback. So if you're giving feedback, you want to aim to assist. That is, don't just provide feedback to get stuff off of your chest. You want to provide feedback that actually uplifts the other person or persons. You want to aim to assist. And so asking yourself before I open my mouth, before I send the email, is this feedback going to be helpful to the person? Is it assisting? Number 2, actionable. Providing things that people can do based on the feedback that you offer. You want to be solution oriented. Don't just point out what you perceive to be the blind spot. Also show, hey, here's how we can see better going forward. On receiving feedback, learn to appreciate the fact that someone provided it. And then number 2, you can accept it or discard it. Receiving feedback and appreciating feedback does not always mean that you will have the opportunity to apply it because sometimes it's not relevant. But it does mean that you can accept it or discard it.